Jump in the game, let's take a ride. Features gaming, it's time to vibe. From London town to the Roblox scene, he's the master of the gaming dream. Roblox gameplay, F1 racing, with content so amazing. But he's got a game that's one of a kind. It's SEO, the train game. We rewind. All aboard, we're heading down the track. The features gaming, there's no looking back. Roblox adventures, he takes us far and wide. Join the fun, hop on for the ride.
Yo guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another stream here on the channel, and I am noticing that a few of you are saying that it's laggy. It's appearing on my end too, like when I'm watching the preview, but I don't know why it's doing that, because I don't think it's an issue my end, but I genuinely don't know. A second download speed and about 10 megabytes a second upload speed, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I mean, the upload speed is a little bit concerning, but I am streaming as of making those things, so I don't know what is going on. It might just be YouTube having some issues, it could be Twitch having some issues. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, the Twitch stream looks fine, but it is having it is having an issue connecting to the chat though. So I don't really know what is going on with that behalf, and I don't know if that is maybe causing the lag. I don't know. Let me just try refreshing both widgets and seeing if that does anything, because I have no idea. I mean, the stream looks fine on Twitch, but it's YouTube that I'm more concerned about, because obviously Twitch is my, YouTube is my primary thing, so I don't really know. It says connecting to chat on Twitch again at the same time. I'm not really too sure what is happening. I mean, everything on YouTube is saying that it's going out healthy, so I don't really know what to believe at the moment. But yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens, I guess. If it does start lagging, then just try and go over to Twitch and see if that makes a difference. If you don't have Twitch, then I'm sorry, but sometimes we just can't help these things, can we? We can only do the best that we can. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the music on regardless, and obviously let's say a few hellos before we get started. So, hello to SWT, hello Ruben, hello Rafe, hello Poker, hello Alexander, hello Evita, hello Cocomentos, hello Sozib, Maxwell, Thomas as well, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hello Reese as well, that train guy, and everyone else as well in the chat. Who else have I missed? I don't think I've missed anyone at the moment. Also hello Portune as well on Twitch. But yeah, Twitch is a little bit interesting with its chats. I don't really know what's going on. Hello 4Rails as well, hello Harvey as well, Jasper as well. Yeah, on Twitch it just says connecting to chats. I don't know why it's doing that. Hello IDK as well, by the way. Hello Jevon as well. Yeah, the Twitch chat might be a little bit tricky for me to read if it's going to continue doing this, because that is not what it needs to do. Yeah, that's not good. Hello, Gabor as well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, let's just continue and see what happens. Anyway, we are obviously on the on Roblox, as you can see. Well, we're actually on the game itself, and I'll send the link out in a few minutes. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting if Twitch is always going to be doing that, and it needs to keep refreshing it. But yes, hello Maya as well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Right, let's select what we are going to do first. First thing I need to do is get the music on. Now, I did a lot of driving with the Yoto 1 last time. Thank you to whoever that was, by the way. Was that on Twitch? It isn't telling me. It was. It's pronounced as well, by the way. Thank you for following. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting. What are we going to do today? I honestly have no idea, to be honest. Yeah. Like, I did the IET, you know, a few times. I've done flirt trains as well. It's just, I don't really know, to be honest, what to do. I mean, we could do the class 90, so I guess we'll have that on. Thank you to whoever that was as well, by the way. I think that was another follower on Twitch, so thank you for that. I cannot see it. Let's put on some... Was that another follower as well on Twitch as well? Thank you for that as well. Rip Twitch. Is it all on Twitch? Well, Paul Toons followed as well, but there was another alert that I don't see what happened there. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on, guys. I honestly don't. I'm just going to try the best. I'm just going to try my best and see what happens. We'll add on the Mark II coaches. So we'll probably add on maybe 4 of those. And then we'll add on another class 90. You have 2 locos in your consist. Remove the extras. Why did I do that? Oh, I think I put in the wrong ones. We'll add on... Okay, hold on. Let's have an... right. Intercity loco. 1, 2, 3, 4 coaches. And then another locomotive on the end. There we go. We could probably even add on more locos, but I think 4 should be good for now. We will do a route to... Yeah, why not? We'll do that. Oh, my wrist just cracked there. Nice. All right, raise the pantograph, because this is now becoming a common thing in my train driving thing, even, you know, on SCR, which is still weird saying that. And let me go and grab the link so you guys can obviously join. So let me go to that thing, refresh it a couple of times, copy it, join here. Can I see the chat? I can now. I couldn't before. I'm speeding. Slow down. Right, there we go. Hopefully Twitch has sorted itself out now, but I'm not too sure. In terms of guards on British Railway, I don't have guards because it just causes arguments, and quite frankly, I don't want to deal with that. So it just keeps it fair for everyone, to be honest. It is going to be 23 for 21 more weeks. Oh, I'm going to be 23 for 21 more weeks. I don't know how many weeks it is until June, but I think that does sound like a pretty good timeline, to be honest. Why am I train wobbling? Because it's a class 90, what do you expect? It's not exactly the most stable thing, is it? Hello, Pin, as well. How are you doing, and welcome to the stream. Also, I've always kept this on my desk. I've always kept it on my desk and I've never removed it. Hello, Ibrahim, as well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Final stream before you go on holiday. Yeah, it sounds good, and I hope you have a good time on your holiday. Or vacation, whatever you want to call it. Also, as well, I don't know if I will end this stream a little bit earlier, because I actually have a meeting in XRS to attend to at 9, so... I mean, obviously, you know, work life, you know, XRS is second, but... Yeah, I don't know if I will need to, obviously, end the stream a little bit earlier. Just thought I would let you guys know about that. Hello, Mr. Christian, by the way. How are you doing? Hello, Timothy, as well.
This is Norrington.
You was in my game earlier called Get Famous. Did... Oh, if I was on that, I was probably AFK.
Service to Avonhill.
Yeah, I was AFK on that game over lunch, so if it was between the hours of like 2 to whenever it was, I was most likely AFK there.
Welcome on board this regional service to Avonhill.
There's people on the tracks, then they're gonna get run over. They're gonna get run over because I ain't stopping for them.
Belmont Green, Fleetwood.
You're doing good. What about you? I'm doing fine, thank you, and I'm glad to hear you're doing well as well.
The next
Don't do it. I'm gonna. Out of curiosity, did every SDR supervisor have to do the Roblox age verification chat thing in order to keep their role? I don't know. Well, the thing is that I don't think every SDR supervisor has done it yet, and I haven't heard any things that that we're being told to activate it or anything. So, yeah. I honestly don't have an answer for you on that behalf. I just did it because to just see what Roblox thought my age was and just be to have it just there if I needed. But I don't think in terms of SCR if there was any like requirement to have it or something. At least that I've heard anyway. Hello, Sozib and Leo Strains as well on Twitch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream. I was never mad at you in the first place for eating my cheeseburger pizza. It was all a joke. Oh wait, we didn't actually stop here. So why did you shout at me? Because you told me to! Well, actually, specifically, you told me to tell Dweller to tell Pingu to tell Dweller to tell me to shout at you for eating a cheeseburger pizza. At least I think that was the right order. Hello, Mr. Rabbi, however you say your name, by the way. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. If you don't have permission to join my server, it might be due to your privacy settings, so you might need to change that and set it to everyone. But obviously, you can only do that if your account is over the age of 13. Will I do Train Sim World 6 live streams again soon? I don't know. I want to, but whether I can fit it in my current schedule, I do not know. It will most likely be for streamer, for games of my choice, though. Right, I'm going to let it coast a bit because we are coming up on our next station soon and I don't really want to skip it, so I might actually just put it on half brakes just so we are slowing down a bit. I'm going to be 30 in 2,339 days. Fantastic. I'm going to full break it now, I think. My next Humpty Dumpty stream? I have no idea. The next time I have a haircut.
We will shortly be arriving at Hume Heath. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Thing is that it's actually getting long now, but it's just trying to find time to cut it, Yeah, they're supposed to be stopping at Hume Heath. They are not stopping in time. Just about. They probably triggered the signal though, haven't they? I'm not too sure. Have they triggered the signal? They actually haven't. How have they not done that? Fair enough. Okay, I got a bit of lag there. But all seems fine.
This is
someone in Ski thought I was 2 years groups above my actual one. Lol. You went
This is a
to the
regional
Science
service
Museum in
to
London today.
Avonmouth.
Also, my first time on the new Class 730 on LNWR, and the driver gave me a tone. Awesome. That sounds cool. Fetch Christmas or Halloween or New Year's Eve or
Welcome on
Easter or
board this
Thanksgiving.
regional service to
Christmas for
Avonmouth.
me, I'd say.
The next
Hello there, love guys, well, by the way.
station is Freston Junction.
Alright, I don't know if it was the Science Museum or the History Museum that I went to, where inside there was an earthquake simulator. I mean, this was a few years ago when I went to London. There was an earthquake simulator, and then there was also a thing where you could literally fly a plane and fly upside down, which I did when me and my stepdad did it once, when my sister and my mum were watching a show. Yeah, we literally got into one of those things and I flew upside down for like 10 seconds. You know, with the Science Museum, there was a huge globe of the planets. They moved them now. I vaguely remember it. When am I going to be streaming on my birthday? What is it going to be on? Is it going to be a Tuesday? I don't want to do British Railway on my birthday. I probably will take a day off on that day, probably, or do something different, like a Let's Talk. I mean, who knows? We might be having the work done on the house in that week, so I might not be able to stream anyway. It's on a Tuesday. I've just reminded myself. It does mean though that the Roblox stream, that the ECS2 stream will have to be changed that week. Because I usually stream Roblox up until my birthday and not Euro Truck. So I need to work that out as well. Did I just run over a Robloxian with the train? Probably. Can you put the live timing on? It's like it's night lighting in this game. I know, but the thing is that if I was to do it, it like makes the it makes the game dark, and it's not really suitable really for streaming really. So if I was just, you know, playing on my own, then I probably would have it on for a bit of, you know, like vibes. But when streaming, it doesn't really give the right. Does that make sense? It doesn't give the right lighting for the stream in my eyes. I can still remember there being a Harry Potter version of this song. I think it's like when it goes every time I'm shuffling. I think it's like every time I'm Dumbledore or something like, or every day I'm Dumbledore. I'm excited for 2027. I haven't even made it through 2026 yet. Right, we are slowing down pretty quickly.
We will shortly be
This train actually
arriving
slows
at
down pretty quickly,
Freston
to be fair.
Junction. Change here for trains to.
I would never
Norwich.
trust it, though.
Change here for tram and bus services to other destinations.
I'm not going to shave my eyebrows or anything like that. I don't want to look like Cynthia Erivo, okay? So I'm pretty sure she had to shave her eyebrows for like a film or something that she was doing. I don't think it was Wicked, though. Like, I think she shaved her eyebrows before Wicked. I could be wrong, though. Am I going to the end of the platform? Yeah, I am. Thought I was. Oh, right.
This is Freston Junction.
I actually didn't
Please
know
mind
that.
The gap between
My bad.
The train and the platform edge.
I thought, like,
Change
she
here
had to do it for a movie or
Norrington.
something.
Change here for tram
That does
and
make
bus
sense.
services to other destinations. This is a regional service to Avonhill.
Can you turn HUD off?
Welcome
No.
on board this regional service to Avonhill, calling at St James Park.
I mean, you can,
Eton,
but I don't want
Belmont
to.
Green, Fleetwood, Thornfield, Union Street, and Avonhill. The next station is St James Park.
Hello, James. James, by the way, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You have her turned off because I'm turned off right now in VR. I've studied the map and players so hard that I don't need it. Fair enough. I just like chilling out, which is why I keep it on. Just so I can make sure I know what I'm looking at and know what I'm doing. My favourite game on Roblox? I don't really think I have a favourite. I just like playing a lot of games, to be honest. Do you like the word yawl? I don't know why that's really a question. Hello Stanley as well, by the way. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream.
We will shortly be arriving at St James Park. A light here for Thute Park.
What's this song playing right now on Twitch? Actually, just going back to the lag, I think there is actually like an outage actually of playback issues. Because I remember it, I remember trying to watch some stuff yesterday, and when I was going onto the video, it was saying you cannot view this content in your region, and I was just like, what the hell? And it only worked when I refreshed it, and then it then started playing the thing. So
this is St James
Yeah.
Park. A light here for Thute Park. This is a regional service to
do I like?
Avonhill.
Of course I like Oreo. You know the thing in Wreck-It Ralph. Oreo, 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 Oreo.
Welcome on board this regional
Honestly,
service.
they could not have
Avonhill.
referenced, the Wizard of Oz even like better if they even tried. Right, what is this song? Because this is so strange. Vamos a la playa. I've never heard of that song. Makes sense why it's on why it's a smart shuffled song. It's Spanish though, I know that.
We will shortly
At least I'm
be
pretty sure
arriving
that's Spanish
at
for like thank.
Lytton.
Is it?
Change here for
That was
trains
Spanish,
to
right?
Ashdean, Millbridge, Norrington, and Victoria Docks.
Hello, Mark, by the way. You're in December 31st, 2029. I have 100,000 subs. I'd love that.
The train now approaching Intercity service to Avonhead, calling at Belmont Green and Avonhead. This train is for coaches.
Love this song as well. Has my XRS team been finalised now? No, not yet.
This is Leeton. Change.
I literally have a meeting
Trains
to do
Ashton,
after this.
Millbridge,
and then
Norrington,
hopefully after that
and
there'll be even more
Victoria
talks,
Docks.
but I don't really know at the moment.
This is a regional service to Avonhill.
When I get 100,000 subs, you're throwing a party. I mean, it'll be nice, but I don't see us getting 100,000 in the near future.
Welcome on board this regional service to Avonhill. Calling at Belmont Green, Fleetwood, Thornfield, Union Street, and Avonhill.
In
Next
3,000
station
something.
is Belmont Green.
I'll be dead at that point. It's not really a thought that you want to have, to be honest. I'm having a meeting with XRS tonight. At least I'm not stopping, eh? Fetch, speak, fetch. I'm speaking fetch right now. Honestly, I do not want to get sub-botted again. I remember what happened on that stream. I do not want to go through a similar situation. A, because sub-botting is against the Roblox terms of service. And yeah, I don't want to go through that sort of like feeling again. I don't want to go from like, what was it, like 22,000 subscribers to 33,000 subscribers in the matter of 5 minutes again. Like, I was gaining more subscribers than Creekcraft. But like, the rates I was going, like, that was absolutely crazy. What is going on? I'm going to be spatting here. Yay. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. We were like jumping around more than the Mercedes did back in 2022. Can we Red Creek later? No. Although once when I did actually do a redirect to Creek, he actually noticed it. And no, like, we didn't even go, like, we didn't even say in this chat, Features Gaming raid for you. Like, he literally just went, yo, Features Gaming, thank you for the raid. And then started singing. So it sometimes does work, but I don't think we're going to do it today. The thing is that, like, raiding isn't really a thing that people really do anymore, to be honest. Like, it was a big thing in, like, 2020, 2021, and early 2022, but like since then, it's not really been a thing that much. I mean, people do it on Twitch a lot, yeah, but that's where raiding started. It's not really a big thing on YouTube, but then they brought in that redirect feature. You know, prefer YouTube, just watch on Twitch for the music. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do prefer the quality on Twitch. Like, I feel like the bitrate on YouTube is a lot lower than Twitch. Like, I think the overall picture looks better on Twitch. The only problem I have is Twitch has a lot of ads. And it's sometimes a little bit more trickier to navigate than YouTube. But, yeah. Hello, Steve, by the way.
This is Belmont Green.
Hello, Zero
This
is
is a
cool as well, by the way.
service to Avonhill.
Did I try the new Train Sim Mod 6 DLC? Which DLC is that? Because the recent ones I got was from when I got the well, when I got Train Sim Mod 6, because I got the, I think it was the Legacy edition.
Welcome on board this regional
It was the
service
version that costed over 100
Avonhill.
quid.
The next station is Fleetwood.
Oh! The song that's playing on... Right. I'm actually going to stop the music for a second so I can actually talk about this. The song that's playing on the Twitch, that song, if you aren't part of my Discord, you might have seen that yesterday I posted probably what is my new favourite meme, okay? The meme is, on Victorious, it's cat going, fetch, which... That was my cat impression, by the way. Don't judge me on that. Obviously, the concept is that Robbie was going to grab his guitar because they had to give bad news to Beck about Andre letting us use his car. Anyway, so yeah, that episode of Victorious is the episode where this song, or the song that they're playing on Twitch, is played in, because the episode is Tori and Jade's play date, which is where Tori and Jade have to go on a date to get better at their chemistry for a play that they were both in, where Tori was playing Jade's husband, and then, you know, vice versa. Thank you, Lucky, for following as well, by the way. And while they were on their date at Nozu, they both were asked to sing a song. So this is the song that they performed. So yeah, I thought I would mention that. Oh, stop! Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'll fetch my guitar! Fetch. Yeah, we skipped it. Would I rather never shower or never brush my teeth? Probably never brush my teeth because... Well, I mean... You know, you can use like mints and stuff to like freshen your breath if you don't actually brush your teeth. But like, if you don't wash yourself, then no one's gonna want to be friends with you because you're just gonna smell all the time. It goes both ways, I think. Hold up, Fetch. You didn't say anything about a bath, so I mean, you have a fair point with that. You do have a fair point.
We will shortly be arriving at Thornfield.
Also, I don't know about anyone else, but I actually prefer a bath over a shower. There's just something a lot more relaxing about a hot bath than a shower.
The train now approaching platform 2. Service to Avonhill. Calling at Avonhill. This train is forward. 3 coaches.
Is anyone else with me on that?
This is Thornfield. This is a regional service to Avonhill.
Well, I mean, I will be honest that brushing your teeth isn't exactly the most entertaining thing in the world. But, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, you have to do. It is just one of those things.
This regional service to Avonhill. The next station is Union Street.
Thank you, Avalon, for the kind words. You want a machine that brushes your teeth for you? Well, I guess an electric toothbrush is kind of like that, no? Ever had braces? No. I've seen videos about braces, and yeah, I'm not ready for that.
We will shortly be
I kind of need them. Like, I have been told that I probably should have them, but I'm just like, no.
St. George's campus.
I don't want to.
Gap between the train
No.
and the platform edge.
Speaking of which, I think this year for the dentist I need to have that X-ray thing done. Great. I don't even know when that is. Honestly, I have no idea, Mr. Christian, but it's how you start a conversation. I guess. You just start talking about random things, and then you branch off into random tangents about other things, don't you?
This is Union Street.
I don't add
Please
people, by the
mind
way.
gap between the train
Avalon.
and the platform edge.
Unfortunately.
A light here for the University of Avonhill, St. George's campus. This is a regional service to Avonhill.
I'm going to say something else, but I've completely forgotten what I was going to talk about.
Welcome on
What were we
board
talking
this
about?
regional
Braces and
service to
things. What was it before
Avonhill.
braces?
The next station is Avonhill.
Oh yeah, about
where this train
electric
terminates.
toothbrush. I don't
Please
know if
ensure
that
you take all your
would
personal
work or anything.
belongings with you when leaving the train.
Isn't it annoying when I applied for SVQD and I was one away from getting it? Well, yeah, but like, if that's the theory you're talking about, you know, there's other factors as well, you know, like, even if you pass the theory, that like, there's no guarantee that you'll even still pass it. Like, there's been many, you know, there's been many things that, that, you know, where I've passed the theory, but I haven't been there in, like, the management or, you know, at-breather stages that I've, like, missed. What I actually do find hilarious a little bit is in my... When I applied for the guard supervising role before, like, after I applied for SSG, but obviously guard came out before SSG, I'm slowing down. I actually got all but one question right on my guarding application. But I failed the management stage of the test. On the signaling one, I failed 2 of the questions, but got that one. So in some cases, you don't really need to like nail the theory part in order to actually pass this. In order to actually pass the application. Obviously, you need to pass it to get to the app reading stages. But what I'm saying is that you don't need to flawlessly answer them in order to even be considered, if that makes sense.
Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Change here for tram and bus services to other destinations.
And then again, it's all theory at the end of the day. Like, until you get to the actual practical stuff, it's not really, you're not really going to get a good gist of, what's actually going to happen. Did I get SGSV? I applied, got it. It'll be cool though if this summer us an optimistic meet again, because then we can actually talk to each other as like supervisors. Because when we met before, he was the supervisor and I wasn't. Obviously, this was, I think, at the time of the SD applications. So, like, he knew that there was obviously, he knew more things about that than I did.
Please mind the gap between the
because he actually meets up, with Space and Dwelly, quite frequently, or did back then. And I remember.
This train
by the way, where should we go?
Please ensure that you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
Yeah, why
Thank you
not?
for traveling with us today.
And I remember. Well, I don't remember anything. I just remember. Him. Trying not to say anything. Which, to be fair, he did a good job at. But, it'll be kind of nice, meet up again in the summer and actually talk to each other like actual supervisors. Do you know what I mean?
Fortis Green, Northcote, and Millbridge.
Thank you, Abraham, as well, by the way. Thank you for the kind words. I actually recorded a video earlier today that I actually really enjoyed making. Only problem is that it's one of those videos that are gonna be coming out for the week that I'm off. So yeah. My favourite train in British Railway. I mean, I do like the flirt trains, to be fair. So I'll probably go with that. I don't know why I'm closing my doors when the signal's red, but hey ho. You love the flirts and not because they're my local train. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing.
Service to Millbridge, calling at Thornfield, Fleetwood, Belmont Green, Leeton, Fortis Green, Northcote, and Millbridge. The next station is Thornfield.
Wait, are they going to Millbridge as well? Oh my god, they are. Well, it's changed it slightly. You just sometimes have to do an extra step, that's all. How is life being an SV and an IT in WCR? Well, the thing is that I haven't actually gotten into the actual supervising things of SCR yet, because I still have to complete a few more things. But with WCR, funnily enough, I actually had a training this morning at 10. No one came to the training, unfortunately. But I had a training today at 10 AM. I woke up at 9:34 AM. And I looked at the clock and thought, oh, I've got a training in like 20 minutes. So what I literally had to do was effectively jump out of bed because I saw how late it was. Obviously, you know, got ready a little bit, and then what I did is I did the training. Like, I launched up my PC and did the training before I had my breakfast. My scariest ride at a theme park. I remember there being a ride at Pleasure Island before it closed down called Hydromax. I remember in 2014 when I was scared to go on it, but I wanted to go on it, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to give it a go. And we kind of made an agreement with the ride attendant that he would stop it if I didn't like it. So, yeah. I went on it. And the ride booted up, and I actually ended up enjoying it, like thoroughly enjoying it, and yeah, guess that was cool. Agile has crashed during Barcelona testing. Fantastic. But yeah, I remember going on that, and yeah, I actually ended up enjoying it. Another one that I remember going on was, it was a flat ride called, well, it was at Fantasy Island in Ingold Mills when I went on this. It was called The Beast. It's hard to describe what it is. I can't remember the exact make of the flat ride. But yeah, I remember going on that, and yeah, that one was quite quite interesting. I probably would go on it again though. Like, it's not one of those things like, it's one of those things where you would probably only go on it once, if that makes sense, and then, you know, you're sort of like set for the day, or at least it was, you know, when I went on it, you know, that cycle. You know, with other rides, you know, like, I could feel like I could go on, you know, like more than once, but with this ride, I think it's like something that I don't, you know, something that I'll probably ride once in the day. So yeah. That was kind of fun. The thing is that I don't really think I've necessarily been scared of rides in terms of like the intensity of a ride. I mean, obviously if it's like a horror, you know, or ghost train, you know, or something like that, then I might avoid it. Because obviously it's horror and those are the things that scare me. But in terms of like actual being scared of the intensity of the ride, I don't really think that there is any, to be honest. I am a thrill seeker, to be fair.
Thornfield.
I do remember when I went to my local fair earlier last year at like Easter time, and we went on a few rides there. And by the way, this is the first time that I've gone on a ride for like...
Welcome on board this regional service.
6 years?
No
5
bridge.
years? So yeah, it was quite interesting getting back, you know, going back onto it, or, you know, going back onto rides. And yeah, we started off on some of the rides and I was getting back into it, but then I went on a ride where it was quite intense, called, oh, what's it called? Not Freak Out, Extreme. I went on a ride that's like extreme, and I remember going on it, and I remember feeling the intensity of that ride. Because the thing is that, like I said, you know, I hadn't been on like a proper ride for like 6 years. So it was kind of interesting to go back onto that, you know, for the first time in like 6 years and thinking, okay, I remember how intense this was. Man, spring and summer last year were actually pretty good. Like, for us, it actually kind of felt normal, in a way.
We will shortly be arriving at Fleetwood.
Because if you don't know us, since COVID, we have been very careful about what we do. And last year, honestly, was pretty good. You know, we started to, you know, feel a bit more comfortable, you know, doing things that we wouldn't necessarily have done before. Like, you know, we started to go to a few places, you know, without masks and things like that. You know, we started to go indoors to places. What else did we do? We got, you know, a few takeaways. You know, like I said, you know, we went on to, or, you know, we got McDonald's, chip shop, you know, things like that.
Has been cancelled. This is due to a number of train crew being unavailable.
We got ice cream as well, like takeaway ice cream. You know, it was actually pretty good. You know, we had a few boxes of chips as well from a few places as well. But that's not the car marker. Yeah, it actually kind of felt like a normal year in a way, you know, like a normal summer. You know, went to the Bomber Command Center near Lincoln. Which was, you know, pretty good. Because, you know, we were... obviously, the thing is that, you know, like, we watch the Red Arrows and things, you know, we love the Red Arrows and that, and obviously, due to that, you know, we know more about the RAF and, you know, things like that, and obviously the military, or you know, all of the, you know, Royal Air Force, and obviously, you know, then we see, you know, the BBMF stuff, you know, like the Lancaster, Spitfire, Hurricane, all of those, and... yeah, the Bomber Command Center basically tells you through how Lancasters, or, you know, things, you know, well, just any planes, really. But more specifically, it is reliant on the Lancaster. Basically telling you all about World War II, basically, and it's actually quite educational. And I think that, you know, some schools should actually plan trips there because it can actually be quite educational. And yeah, it was pretty cool, actually. Why is it so loud for me? What's so loud? I am not stopping here. I'm pretty sure my school planned a trip to a Battle of Britain Memorial thing as well. It wasn't the Bomber Command Center. It was somewhere else. Was it? No, it wasn't college because we weren't really. Our department didn't really focus in that area. I'm not actually too sure.
We will shortly be arriving at Belmont Green.
So no 7 at Belmont Green. It might spad me. Well, if they do, then they're just getting kicked, so yeah. I mean, I'm stopping anyway, so... Not exactly a spad trap, is it?
This is Belmont Green. This is a regional service to Millbridge.
Although I am going to be waiting for a bit. I am actually a minute and 3/4 late, which is not fun.
Welcome on board this regional service to
What's the next
Millbridge.
station, by the way? Is it Leeton? Oh, no, it's
The
Forces
next
Green.
station is Leeton.
Wait, they're going all the way down there, or like already? But I guess so. I mean, my next station is Leeton. Fair enough. We'll do a vlogging stream. I probably won't. I forgot another. Oh my god! I forgot again to upload an old video to the Fetchy Plus channel. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but I forgot again. The thing is that I mean, I can try and do one tomorrow in the morning, but I don't know. I literally had that on my list of things to do today, and I just completely forgot. I think it was all of the, like, things of, you know, like, knowing that I had a training this morning that kind of, like, threw everything out the way. And it kind of, like, messed up my schedule a little bit. I'll try and do it tomorrow. As well as seeing if I can try and make a thumbnail for the XRS race. That is if I stay in Division 5. Obviously, you know, that's what the meeting is for. And just other things, you know, for XRS as well, just to try and keep it, you know, maintenance and things. I will actually say, in XRS, over the past few weeks, I've actually been doing a lot more than what than what I've usually been doing. Like, I've been doing, like, I had to do a few results for last week, and I did Division 5 results from last week, this morning.
Change here for trains to
Not because I wanted to.
Norrington and Victoria Docks.
And I didn't get told to either, you know, it's just like, I just thought, you know, it's one thing out the way, you know, they're done, no one's doing them, so I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and do them. The thing that I'm not really that happy about is that last week was a sprint race, and obviously Australia, which is tomorrow, is going to be another sprint race. Now, I know that obviously it wasn't supposed to be like that originally. The thing is that we had to add in that sprint race before any of the sprints in terms of div movements. But we also wanted to do it at a track where people could actually overtake and actually know something of the sprints. So it was supposed to be Austria, and then obviously never was because, you know, the lobby kept desyncing it, you know, desyncing and everything. And then it wasn't Spain because
Luton.
Spain isn't really a good
Change
track
here
for sprints.
Trains to
So we set up for
Ashton,
Spa.
Norrington,
But obviously the thing
and
is that Spa was the track
Victoria
before
Docks.
Australia. So Australia is a sprint.
This is a regional service
And we
to
had a sprint literally the week
Millbridge.
before, so yeah. It's going to be a an interesting week for sure. I just hope that it goes well though
Welcome
tomorrow.
on board this regional service to Millbridge, calling at Fortis Green, Northcote, and Millbridge. The next station is Fortis Green.
Hello Callum as well, by the way. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Right, next station, Fortis green for us. We got some green signals, so that's good. No, that's brakes, Fetch. If you block me, you are getting blocked. I don't think you can actually anyway. Hello, Isos, if that's how you pronounce your name. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Right, Fortis green in about 1.5 miles. We got some yellow signals, so let's start slowing it down a little bit because I don't want to spad again. As fun as it was, you know, going into Belmont Green, because, you know, the train was literally even more bouncy than, well, you know, like I said, you know, than the Mercedes of, you know, in 2022, you know, but as fun as it was, I would rather try and get more points. I mean, I have 13,859, so I'm hoping that I do have, you know, I'm just trying to grind up for, you know, things in, you know, for the new update, to be honest. Hello, Taco 2, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I can't read that, Wraith. I can sometimes barely understand English, let alone a different language. Hello, Leo as well, by the way. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Would I rather drive the 2022 Mercedes or the 2024 Sauber? Probably the 2022 Mercedes, because at the end of the season they actually had pace. So probably that. Or would you rather drive the 2026 Ferrari?
We will shortly be arriving.
Right, the thing is that with that car reveal, everyone was not happy. But then actually seeing it out on the track, I mean, despite that it being broken down in the in their shakedown test of their own track, which I'll actually get onto, because honestly, the more I think about it, and I saw a video explaining this, it actually kind of makes sense, but anyway, let me go ahead and talk more about it. The livery isn't actually that bad, so I actually don't think when they did the reveal it was the full rendered version, because the contrast between the black and the red and the white isn't actually as bad as we all originally thought, I don't think. Anyway, about the about their breakdown at the shakedown thing at Malmo, or wherever it is that they do their testing. I don't know if that's actually where they do it. No, it's Maranello, isn't it?
This is a regional
in terms of that, I think they did that on purpose, because the Ferrari have very carefully constructed that car to be as minimum as possible. Okay, so their car is literally the lightest they can go. I think it's literally only like 2 or 3 kilograms over the minimal weight limit that they actually have to be. And because obviously you have limited running, obviously they were thinking you have to do you have to do more. You have to do more miles to get around and back into the pits. So I think what they did is they shut off the car, so they then basically shut off that mileage that they could do and get wheeled back into the garage, so then they can make the tweaks, A, quicker, and B, without using more of their mileage, and they could do more laps. They could do more mileage by doing it that way. So it's actually a pretty smart trick if you ask me. They bent the rules a little bit so they can actually do, not in theory more miles, but they could do more laps than they originally could do because, you know, they wheeled their car back into the, you know, back into the garage and they didn't have to drive it in there. Rafe, I don't understand that. Could be worse, it could be on fire. I mean, that is true, but thankfully it wasn't on fire. It wasn't like Roman Grosjean in 2020, was it? Thankfully.
We will shortly be
Honestly, how he survived that, I still have no
Please
idea.
mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
That was honestly the moment of realization that the Halo and all of the F1 safety features did their job in protecting him in that. I think it's even the day when non-F1 fans, you know, actually knew how dangerous F1 actually is and how far the safety, regulations in the sport have actually helped save drivers. Oh, well, if it was Scottish, Callum could have translated it for me. What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? They're both the same
This
weight
is
because you
not
just said they're both a
Please
kilogram.
mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. This is a regional service to Millbridge.
No, it isn't. Because you just said they're both a kilogram.
Welcome on board this regional service to Millbridge. The next station is Millbridge, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
But still it's heavier than feathers. Well, yeah, but you just said, what's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? You just said they both weigh a kilogram. Oh, I don't know. Well then, in that case, you should have said what weighs more, steel or feathers, in which case it would then be steel.
We will shortly be arriving at Millbridge, where this train terminates. Please ensure you take all your personal belongings
I
with
don't know.
you when leaving the train. Please mind the gap between
It's
the
supposed to
train
be like that
and the
riddle, you know. If
platform
you
edge.
drop a, what would drop first if you drop a ton of bricks and a ton of feathers? Like, which one would hit the ground first? Obviously, if you would say, you know, the bricks, they're wrong. They would both hit the ground at the exact same time. However, this is where there is a big however. To those that say bricks, they might be correct. Because air resistance. It makes sense. Bricks, obviously, they don't have a lot of air resistance. Feathers, on the other hand, they can try and lessen that fall because obviously the air is getting trapped in them. With bricks, the air is just going around them. You know? And obviously, with gravitational pull, it pushes it more to the ground quicker. With feathers, it's sort of lessening that fall because the wind is being trapped all in, you know, inside of it. Physics. Technically, when you fall asleep,
This
you actually
is
are not
Millbridge.
asleep. You just close
Please
your
mind
eyes.
the gap between the train and the platform
Again, I'd
edge.
love to say that you
This-
are right, but you're not, because honestly, I can fall asleep. Well, some people actually fall asleep with their eyes open. I'm not one of those people, but I know that I can literally just stare at the ceiling and eventually just drift off to sleep, and I don't even, like, without even closing my eyes. Closing my eyes is just an instinctive reaction to going to sleep. It's also when people say, you know, before you go to sleep, you have to pretend to go to sleep. Well, some people do, yes. Whereas me, I just lie there and sleep just eventually takes me over. If NASA says it's too hot to go to the sun, then why don't we just go at night when the sun turns? See, it's these kinds of questions that make me question humanity. How many people use ChatGPT? The sun is always there. The Earth is just turned the other way. So the sun is facing Australia and not the UK. I don't know. Also, in Seoul, a place in, you know, northern above the Arctic Circle, that honestly, you know, sometimes when you're there, there's either no sun at all or it's always sun. You know, it's always sunny 24/7, or it's always night 24/7. Like, I've seen videos of people literally having a walk at 2 AM because they can. Someone went for an evening run at 1 AM because they could, without any lights, without anything, because it was light. Why does it keep buffering as it's the 9th time? I have no idea. I really don't. Hello, Elijah, by the way. Right. Let's look for someone to guard, shall we? Don't really go to Victoria Harbour that much. Did you know where the moon is in the sky? It's not actually right there. Light is reflecting off the atmosphere. Actually, the light is reflecting off the sun. What gives the sun its shape and its sort of shadow is the Earth. I did a full video about the orbits when I was like 7 years old. I think I know what I'm talking about. Why is the sun called the sun as it's bright? Well, I don't know where it got the scientific name as the sun. But, yeah, I don't know. If you broke your arm in 3 places, then don't go to those 3 places. That's just a play on words, to be honest. If the sun is called the sun, then who is it at? Again, you're just taking some phrases and you're changing the wording of them a little bit.
Welcome on board this regional service to Victoria Harbour. The next station is Elm Tree House.
Like, did you know that there's actually a planet further ahead in the solar system that actually circles the Earth, or that actually circles the sun quicker than the Earth does? But then there's other planets around it that don't circle the Earth as quick as we do. Like Pluto, when that was actually a planet. I don't know what the actual stat it was, but that took something over like 80 years to orbit the sun. I think it was something like that.
We will shortly be arriving at.
It's more than Mercury and Venus. Yeah, the moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Well, what I mean, it sort of has a mini.
This is Elm Tree
Hello.
Ha-
I mean, it sort of has. It sort of has a mini atmosphere in a way. Otherwise, there wouldn't actually be gravity there. However, it's not a safe atmosphere, which is why obviously people that do spacewalks obviously have to be in like a full thing. Space has no atmosphere.
Welcome on board this regional service to Victoria Harbour. The next station is Fortis Green.
Speaking of that, though, I'm actually excited to see the launch of Artemis 2. Because we haven't sent people onto the moon since like 1970 something. I think 1971 is vaguely reaching my mind of the last time we sent people to the moon. You're going to the Kennedy Space Center. Wow. Wait, you're actually going to see it launch as well?
We will shortly
Oh, that's
be
awesome.
arriving at Fortis Green. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Yeah, there is Artemis 2. Well, I mean, it's not going to the moon. It's going to go past the moon and it's going to come back. It's to test the flight to go around the moon. I don't actually think they are putting people on the moon, literally on that flight. As far as I've heard, at least. Bro, what is going on? Why was I glitching back into the train? Basically Apollo 10. I mean, I was going to say more Apollo 13, but fair enough. Just without the, survival aspect that they had to ensure. Yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of documentaries, but the documentary of Apollo 13 is actually quite enjoyable on Netflix.
Welcome
It actually
on
is
board
quite
this
good
regional service to
and informative as
Victoria
well.
Harbour, calling at Henley Park, Leeton, Merrion, Whetstone, Abbey Road, Victoria Docks, and Victoria Harbour. The next station is Henley Park.
The flight leaves at 11:20 a.m. British time. Always Airways Boeing 777. Gatwick to Orlando. Okay, so right, a flight from Gatwick to Orlando is roughly 8 hours ish. So if you're leaving at 11:20 a.m., that is 6:20 a.m. in Orlando time, so you want to add 8 hours from that. You're going to be landing at roughly 2:20 p.m. Orlando time. It said 9 hours. Yeah, then, yeah, 4:10 p.m. ish. Where am I going, by the way? Time to do some lag acting. Turn around.
We will shortly be arriving at Henley Park. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Why do I need to say hello to myself? That's weird. Seeing the road of the train. Well, I'm going to the road of the train now. And I'm not here. The front, I mean. Lol. Get in the train. I'm getting the stupid bug again. I now need to find the train again. Why is there chat lag in your screen? Well, on the screen, because I've always had
Welcome
it
on
there.
board this regional service to Victoria Harbour. The next station is Leeton.
Honestly, I don't really keep up to date with the sneak peeks on British Railway. I just wait for the update to actually release and just play it. That's actually a pretty good game, though, that, the 1.3.6
We
game.
will shortly be arriving at Leeton. Change here for trains to Avonhill, Belmont Green, and Norrington.
Already heading into Leeton, are we? Wow. There I am, by the way. Actually, that's not me. It's just got my hair. This song. Have you pressed T? I think I'm actually just glitched in guarding. Let's not do that, Rafe, actually. Alright, let's try and look for another person to guard. They're going to Victoria Harbour, so let's do them. Why is the chat on screen lagging? Oh, why is it lagging? Because Streamlabs is
Victoria
awful.
Harbour. The next station is Whetstone.
Oh, you're using a double unit like this. Okay, fair enough. I can go to the low on a train! Anyway, Mars is red.
We will shortly be arriving.
Isn't it literally known as the Red Planet or something? Alright, I'm gonna switch to this one so I can see both cabs. Why is Mercury hot and cold? It's the close planet to the sun. Why is it cold? I don't know why it's cold, but I do know that it is. I think it's the type of atmosphere that it has, I think. Yeah, so like it hits the first thing, but then it doesn't encircle the planet like it does with Earth. So like, because you know it's the same in space. You know, when you don't have any heat, it's like 200 degrees Celsius. But then when you're on, when you're on the other side, like in the shade, it's like minus 200 degrees. Bit of Cody Rhodes intro, let's go.
Welcome on board this regional service to
Oh, this toilet. Oh, I opened the wrong toilet. Sorry, Rafe.
stations, Abbey Road.
Space teaching with Mr. Patch. I've gone to the International Space Station a load of times. I think I know what I'm talking about. Wow. Honestly though, I loved the... Right, the thing is that they did things at the space station, that, you know, at there, that I don't actually think they do anymore. Or at least there were a few things that they didn't do when I last went. The first one is the weather pod. I think they've removed that completely. Or it's something else now. I don't think they have the weather pod anymore there. Well, yeah, astronomy, but you know what I mean. The next thing is the 4D cinema ride that they did. I don't think that's there anymore either. Or if it is, it's something completely different. But I seem to remember when I went there with school, it wasn't on. They had the other activities, but not the 4D cinema ride. Which is something that I kind of wanted to do when we went there on a school trip. However, the one thing that I did like was the send a rocket, it was like a simulation to send a rocket into space or into orbit. There was basically two scenarios. You were either a cosmonaut who was fueling the rocket and going up in the rocket, or you were command, whatever it's called. It's not command center, is it? What was it called? Mission control. Or you were mission control, giving instructions to the cosmonauts to get them into space. That's still there, and I did like that.
Welcome on board this regional service to Victoria Harbour, calling at Victoria Docks and Victoria Harbour.
Hello, Jake, by the way. How are you doing?
Station is Victoria
Honestly,
Docks,
though, I still remember,
Victoria Docks.
you know, during that trip, though, how my teacher allowed me and my friend to basically just roam around the place, because the teacher knew that I had, you know, that I knew my way around. Like, I think when we got there, I literally had to instruct them where we had to go to enter the place. Which was quite hilarious.
Victoria Docks.
But yeah.
Change here for trains to side
Our
and
teacher
sea.
just let us
Please mind the
roam
gap
around and then
between
just
the
told us a
train
place
and
to
the
meet up at a
platform
certain
X.
time, and I went, yeah, cool. Got it. And I did. Hello, Claire, as well, by the way. How are you doing? And welcome to the stream. What's our first lesson? Well, I think we've just about finished with the lesson for today. What second period? I have no idea. F1 knowledge.
Retail. Service to Victoria Harbour has been...
I think we're going to go to the
We
rear.
apologise for the disruption to your journey today.
You're going to be top setting that. One of my best friends actually became a teacher. Well, a teaching assistant. Okay. But yeah, she went through like education, you know, like she went to like university and everything, you know, got all the requirements that she, you know, all of the requirements that she needed. And then I think then she actually got interviewed for a job at the school we both went to.
Welcome on board this regional
And
service to Victoria
I think after she did the interview, she actually told me that the people that interviewed her was literally two of our teachers, which was quite amazing. And I think they actually like talked about me as well, which was
Victoria Harbour.
interesting.
Where this train terminates, please ensure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
Can I tell everyone a joke? Go ahead. What do you call fake noodles? No idea. And then pasta. Is it really pasta though? Because they're still noodles in a way. I don't know. What do you call a what do you call a chicken that does stand up? A comedy hen. Right. What do we do now? Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? It's a normal one. Anyway, can we do another guarding route? Let's see. 2041. 59. That's 9 dead on. Let's do you for a bit. And then I think we'll end the stream when we get to Ashton, though. Because I do need to get ready for the thing. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Lol. I'm not pressing anything. Yeah, the XRS meeting. Why is everyone driving first today? Well, actually, the first one that we guarded was 1.5.8, but...
Welcome on board. The next station is Osage Hill.
Just skip Marion for no reason. Lol. Oh, we got one of these knock-knock jokes. Go on, then.
We will shortly be arriving at Osage Hill.
A drummer had 2 daughters. What were their names? And a 1, and a 2. Did you know that Olivia Rodrigo was actually going to collab with Taylor Swift for her song Vampire? But that was for Olivia Rodrigo found out that Taylor Swift had bad blood, so... Come on, surely you guys got that one. No.
The next station is Ashton Bridge. If you wish to alight at the next station, please speak to a member of the on-train crew.
If I ever succeed in my dream of owning a bus company, should I call it Fetch Travel? If you do, talk to me first, and then maybe we can try and make an arrangement. Because if you do, I'd want a certain cut of the company for using my name. How do the moon switch phases for a day? Didn't mean no copyright or anything. And like I say, you know, if you do, talk to me first. Ooh, you've got the request up. You okay? You're kind of glitching the door there. You know what? I'm surprised you actually got this on the platform. Hello, Luke, by the way. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. She said that the new rules would allow for more time. I don't know any other song-related jokes. So that was Oh no, that isn't mine. Never mind.
Welcome on board this regional service to Ashdean.
I was gonna try and like quote Ariana Grande's "One Last Time" thing, but as I was thinking about it, it didn't really connect. Well, let it go. I know. Well, no, but like it's not really like a, you know. Yeah, I was trying to like think of like an Ariana Grande like One Last Time thing, but then as I was thinking about it, that didn't work in literature, you know, terms. How does the blood moon happen? Because it's the Earth blocking light from the moon. Is that where like the? Wait, hold on. Is by blood moon? Are we saying how like when the moon is like just fully blocked out? Because lunar eclipse is when the moon covers the sun.
We will shortly be arriving.
Actually, that's a solar
Ashdean,
eclipse.
where this train terminates.
So what's the
Please
lunar
ensure you
eclipse?
take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.
Or is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse the exact same thing? Oh, right, okay then. Stop! You're gonna hit into the buffer! Okay. Sweet. Right. I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. I know we're ending it a little bit earlier than when we usually do, but there's nothing else that I think that we can do before 9, and I, like I said, I need to go ahead and go to a meeting with XRS. So I am going to leave the stream there, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Obviously, hopefully it will be tomorrow in a XRS race around Australia. If I do get moved up, I'll try and think of an announcement to quickly put out tonight, maybe, or even tomorrow morning. If I have to explain that the streams will then be on Thursdays, and I guess Roblox will have to switch to Wednesday. I don't know at the moment. I'll try and think about that when it all happens. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe as well. Obviously, the rest of the stream for the rest of the week. So obviously, Thursday, again, vice versa. Minecraft should be on Friday, and then obviously if I have plans for it, and then Saturday is SCR, Roblox will be Sunday. But until the next video or stream, guys, take care and peace out, and as always, stay fetchy.